Welcome back to the Caribou Data Science channel. It is the afternoon of October 30th, 2020. It's a Friday here in Central Ohio. I'm getting ready to run my COVID-19 analysis for the U.S. right now. Check and see exactly what's going on with those deaths and cases. Okay, as you can see here, we're continuing to average 315, 31,500 cases per day. We're averaging 929 cases per day, and the average mortality rate is 3.2%. So if we do look at this at the mortality, what we can see here is uh, is here's the average, which is 3.2%. Look at all the days, including today, when the average mortality rate is less, or when the daily mortality rate is less than the average. And a mortality rate can go down one or two ways, either by cases increasing, which they are, and deaths remaining the same, or cases increasing and deaths decreasing. Because ultimately, the mortality rate is simply it's the ratio of deaths to cases or cases to death, depending on how you look at it. So as I can see, coming back here, we now look at the cases. You can see it's continuing to spike upward with or without these. If we smooth this out a lot here, you can still see it's going to continue upward. This gray line is kind of interesting. According to the University of Washington Institute for Health Metrics and Evaluation, there's a 17 to 21 day incubation period. That's the 17 to 20 days between when the disease symptoms appear and the person dies. So that means this is where the death should be coming from right now, more or less. Okay? So that should mean then that everything to the left of this line has already taken place. The deaths associated with these cases here should have already taken place. Now let's zoom in. Now let's take a look at deaths. Well, you can see deaths are trending up a little bit, but they're still below 1,000 per day, and they're still below this, and they're still way below this line, the max, the single day high, and they're also below even the smooth fitted curve high. Okay, this here doesn't really mean anything. That's a speed bump, you know. But now if we zoom in, we take a look at cases a much closer period, June. You see, in fact, the R continued to climb up, and deaths are starting to climb up also. So what you can see here, once again, this is the second little mini spike. So it looks like the deaths may be catching up to this spike here. Okay. Now this line here is this is the weekly cases. You can see this red line's the average number of cases per week, and you can see the problem is this: all these uh, this tells us that all these weeks the cases have been above average. But if we look at deaths, this is the average deaths per week. Look at all the weeks when the average was below when the weekly deaths was below the average. Okay, let's take a look at monthly deaths cases. Now you can see that October cases have passed September and August and September, and we'll probably maybe even catch July's numbers. It's kind of hard to say at this point because it's currently at let's say 1.75 million maybe cases for the month. You can take here. You can look. You can see that deaths. Well, back here was the highest month, so we can say, well, deaths for these past 2 months is well below this number here. Okay, even if it levels off here a little bit, well, it's below this number here, and it's below this, and it's below this. So therefore, the trend is still downward. So this is 25, say 26, I don't know, 20. say 25,000 right here. So this is 25,000 deaths for these 2 months each. If we really do an extreme smoothing of deaths or cases, you can see ultimately it wouldn't make that much difference. The trend is still going upward. Okay. So I'd say it's still a mixed bag, definitely for the U.S. Cases continue to climb, but deaths appear to be either declining or holding steady, still well below the average required. Let's go ahead and commit these changes to GitHub. Okay. Okay. Thanks so much for your time this afternoon. Hopefully you found some encouragement to continue battling forward in this COVID-19 pandemic here. I want to encourage you to continue to wear masks, continue to practice social distancing, and when possible, avoid large crowds. Okay? Thanks so much for your time, and we'll catch you later on today on a different report. Oh, they're going over there.